Good evening, everybody. How are you today? I hope you had a good day full of good news. Today we are going to start our first lesson. As I mentioned before, it's upper intermediate level headway, new headway, by Oxford Press University. And as I mentioned before, like there is a PDF. It's already posted on Tanweer's Facebook page. I hope that you downloaded it. It's very important that you download it because this course might be different from courses that you watched or you learned on online following YouTube channels. It's like a real classroom. Okay, it's like you and me sitting in one room on one class and having some kind of conversation, speaking, talking about different topics. I might get you involved in some questions. I'll ask you to do some questions before we move into the second exercise. The screen is gonna be divided in two parts. The first part, me speaking and explaining. The other part is going to be the PDF. I might read in front of you. I'll ask you to listen to the audio with me here. Ask you to answer the questions or try to answer the questions. All of this is gonna be part of our course. So it's a little bit different from other courses you followed online. And I hope this this way is very useful and very good. I'll let you, it will let you feel like it's real, okay? And again, I'm gonna mention this. I welcome every suggestion you give. You might include your suggestions in the comments you send on Facebook or on YouTube. First, I also advise you to have the notebook. It's so important to have a notebook. Okay, you might write questions. You might write some notes about grammar. You never know when you need them again or later. It's part of the work. I know PDF is okay, but writing notes is also okay. Let's start by explaining the beginning of the book. The front page and this stuff, the division of the book. It's gonna take only 1 minute. Let's start. This is the first page, as you can see. Headway, upper intermediate students book. This is by John and this Oxford Press University. Let me go to the second page. This is the division. This is the first 6 units. As I mentioned before, and you remember, I think, that the course is going to be in 2 parts. The first part is going to be the first 6 units, and the second part is going to be the second 2 units. Okay, the second 6 units. Okay, sorry, I was charging it. Okay, so this is the idea. Every unit has different skills, including grammar, vocabulary, reading. Also, let's go to listening, speaking, everyday language, or English, and writing. Also I'm gonna add some tips, advice to help you learn the language. Okay, let's move to the second part, the first unit. Good. This is our first unit. Here we go. Home and away. Okay. Some of you might be now at home. Some of you or others might be away, dreaming to come home, maybe not. So here, this unit is about a person, a young guy. He's going to travel away to a different city with different culture, different people, maybe. Same language, but some differences in the language. I think you could get an idea about this. We are going to start, in this page by, taking some kind of grammar. I know it's so difficult on you. It's so hard to start with the grammar. Maybe it's not that hard, but you would say like it's kind of boring. Grammar is not that exciting to learn. I agree. Grammar is not that something that exciting. But the exciting thing is how to apply it in our speech, in our conversation, how to practice it. The most important key I want to speak about is practice. Practice is the key to every, success or progress in learning languages. How to practice? We have different ways. You might say like, I don't have a partner, I don't have a native. Fine. We all know that, especially like, these days. How about practicing by yourself? Using your imagination, using a mirror, which is an amazing way to see yourself speaking. We all take a lot of videos for ourselves having different events and parties and enjoying different things. How about having a video for yourself speaking English? It's gonna be fine. And then watch this video, and believe me, you're gonna be your own teacher, because you are going to correct yourself. You're going to enjoy watching yourself speaking and the way you pronounce the words, the way your tongue moves, the way your lips move. All of this, all of these steps are going to be part of your practice. Okay? Try to choose the way you feel comfortable with. Comfortable, by the way, huh? The way you feel like it's the most beneficial one, the one that can help you to learn more, because we are different and we have different ways of understanding and let me say adapting new ways. So just it's up to you to choose the way you want or the way you feel relaxed. Fine? Okay. Our first unit is again about home and away. Let's speak about, let me here start with the first exercise. Okay, I'll get you involved in this. Okay, so are you ready? Okay. Okay, if you can notice here, I'm trying to, trying to make it clear for you so we can have it together and read it together. Test your grammar. The word test is bad, I know. You don't want to hear it. Which time expressions? So first we have time expressions. From the box can be used with the sentences below. Make sure that these sentences sound natural. So when I say sound natural, means like the most important thing that you feel like they are logical. You might hear it, from a native. Okay, the words we have or the expressions we have here are when I was born, never, for ages, tonight, frequently, in the 1980s, ages ago, the other day, in a fortnight's time, which means in 14-day period. Okay, recently, during a snowstorm, for a year, since 1972, later, and sometimes. Okay? Let's talk about the first sentence. The sentences below, down, we need to match them to the expressions up, okay? Are we ready? Let's try the first sentence. My parents met in Paris. What do you think? How many expressions can I use to that fit this sentence, that can make this sentence sound natural? I have many options, by the way. First, I want you to notice the tense of this sentence. Met in Paris. Met. Simple past. Okay? I know you are familiar to simple past. Aren't you? I think yes. Because, this is something simple and easy. My parents met in Paris. Can I say never? I don't think this sounds natural or sounds logical. For ages? No. So look, in order not to take a lot of time, okay, and I know that you are going to practice, and because many options are correct, I will try one or two options, and then we're gonna move. If you have any question, or you might ask if this option is natural or not, please send it in a comment and I will answer. And as I mentioned before, all your answers are going to be collected and all your questions, and comments are going to be collected and answered, and then we're gonna post them on Facebook. Okay, Tanweer's Facebook page. Yeah, my parents met in Paris ages ago. This is one logical sentence. In the 1980s, this is another one. Yeah, during a snowstorm, this is another logical sentence, okay? Number 2, they travel abroad. This is a simple present sentence. So which of these can fit? Simple present, when I'm talking about a statement, general statement, a fact, okay? So I can say they frequently travel abroad, they never travel abroad, and they sometimes travel abroad. The third one is they were working in Canada, okay? This is a past continuous sentence. Remember, it's a past continuous sentence. And most of continuous situations and sentences talk about actions that happen for short time, temporary actions, okay? So they were working in Canada, I can say in the 1980s, by the way, it's correct. When I was born is also another correct sentence. For a year, also another good sentence, okay? Number 4, I was born in Montreal. I was born in Montreal, and again in the 1980s. Another one. Ages ago could be one another logical sentence. Number 5, my grandparents have lived in Ireland. Have lived. This is a present perfect sentence. Present perfect happens when I know that something happened in the past, okay? The result could be the result is in the present. It's linked to the present in a way or another. So I have no definite time here. No specific time. No in, no ago, no yesterday, no last. Okay? So in this sentence, since I don't have these keywords that refer to other sentences or to other tenses, I can say that they have lived in Ireland for a year since 1972. For ages, also another good sentence, okay? So now let's move to the sentence, another sentence, which is I wrote to my grandmother. This is a simple past sentence. A simple past sentence can talk about, different I wrote to my grandmother. Yeah, it's simple past sentence. Simple past means like definite time in the past. So when I say this, I can say the other day because it's not that long, that far in the past. Oh, I cannot. Later, of course, no. Sometimes no. In the 1980s, okay, could be one good sentence because in refers to a specific time in the past. Okay. Let me go to the next one, which is like my brother's flying to Brazil on business. Is flying. This is present continuous. But I can use present continuous for for many reasons, but the most common ones are future plans, actions that are happening at the moment of speaking. Okay? Here he's traveling or flying to Brazil on business. So let's go back to the time expressions. I can say that my brother is flying to Brazil on business tonight. Okay? I can also say in a fortnight's time, which is in 14-day period, in 2 weeks. And also I can say later. Okay? Good. Next is he's been learning Portuguese. He's been learning Portuguese is like a present perfect continuous. Okay? It's to talk about something that happened in the past, but it took time. The action took time. Okay? During that time, it was continuous. Maybe not finished at the moment of speaking. It might be finished, might continue, okay, to later. So he's been learning Portuguese for a year, maybe finished, maybe not, okay, for ages, okay, if it's so difficult on him. Let me say since 1972, because I don't have the date now. Okay, this is also another good sentence. I'll see you. I'll see you here, like it's kind of promise. It's kind of a prediction for the future. We'll talk about the future. Okay. So here I can use many expressions, or not that many. I can say I'll see you later. I'll see you tonight. Also. Okay. These are the most logical sentences. Okay, so that was, let me say a brief idea about tenses, about the differences. The tenses here, we had like a simple past, we had simple present, we had past continuous, we had present perfect continuous, and also present continuous and future. You need to practice these sentences and these tenses. How? You have different ways, by the way. You will say like, you might tell me like, I know that this is simple past, and I know that this is simple present, and I know that this is like simple present perfect continuous or present perfect, but I don't know which one to choose to put in a sentence or to use if I'm speaking, okay? As I mentioned, when I gave you the answers, I already gave you the reason for each one, okay? I already told you, like, why we use this. So when it comes to the way you use it, or how you use it, and when you use it, you need practice, okay? If I'm talking about a plan, I need to use present continuous, okay? If I'm talking about something that it's a prediction or something like I'm not sure is gonna happen, I will use will, okay? You might make mistakes and using them, it's fine, mistakes are your best friends, by the way. You learn from them. When you make a mistake, you correct it, and then you choose you ask yourself like why this is wrong, why this is correct. When you practice it many times and you make mistakes in it many times, believe me, you're gonna learn it and you're not gonna forget it, okay? Yeah, so back to the idea, it's practice, okay? If you have any questions about this, please send them, and don't worry, we still have a lot of lessons, okay? This is a previous or a kind of revision for tenses. We're gonna talk about tenses a lot, we're gonna talk about grammar a lot, we're gonna we're gonna use them in our speech a lot, okay? So don't worry about this. But again, if you have any question, I'm ready, okay? Let's go to second part, which is away from home. Again, tense review and informal language. See this guy? Okay, he said, I'm spending a year in London. Okay, this is Taylor. Taylor is tweeting us, okay, about his time in London, what he finds strange, what he finds exciting and nice, what he finds weird. You know the word weird? Weird, strange, but sometimes it can have negative meaning, so you have to be aware when to use it. But, you know, talking about different culture, he finds like many things that are, you know, different and weird. And at the end, after we listen to it, because you're gonna listen now, after we listen to it, we're gonna figure out what things he find difficult, different and difficult also, okay, and weird. Let's read the question. Listen and read Taylor's tweets. Is the style formal or informal? Okay, when you think of the word tweet, is it formal or informal? Sometimes, you know, 90% of it, you know, can be informal. Where is Taylor's from? What does he find strange in London? Are you ready to listen? Let's listen. This is track number 1. I think you downloaded the audio. If not, please do, because you need to listen at home and improve your listening. And here you have the materials. So why not? Why don't you improve it by downloading? It's, you know, for free. So let's listen now to his tweets. And then we're going to answer some questions and figure out what he finds strange and difficult and weird.
CD1. Tape script 1.1. Tyler's tweets.
I'm spending a year in London. Tuesday, September 4th, 1:42 p.m. Still sitting in the airport in NYC. Been waiting 3 hours, but seems like forever. Tuesday, September 4th, 3:20 p.m. Just boarded the plane for London. My first trip abroad, except for a week in Mexico last year. I'm going to stay with my buddy Dave for a few days in North London before I meet my host family. Dave lives in a place called Chalk Farm. I don't get it. A farm in London? Thursday, September 6th, 4:35 p.m. It's fun here, but kind of weird. Dave doesn't live on a farm. His folks have a large apartment in a big old house. They call it a flat. I asked for the bathroom. They thought I wanted a bath. I'm learning fast. Friday, September 7th, 10:30 a.m. Dave and I are hanging out together today. We're on a bus. Upstairs. OMG. Just drove past Buckingham Palace. But they drive on the wrong side of the road here. Crazy. Also, people say cheers all the time. Isn't that from making toasts? A guy just said it to me because I let him pass. Saturday, September 8th, 7:19 p.m. First night with my host family, the Wilsons. They seem very nice, but their house is a 1,000,000-mile walk to the subway. They call it the Tube here. Saturday, September 8th, 11:10 p.m. Big day tomorrow. We're visiting Shakespeare's hometown. He wrote plays and stuff hundreds of years ago. He's mega famous.
Okay. He sure is. Okay, so now talking about Taylor's tweets. Okay, I think you agree with me that he is from New York City. He's traveling to London. There is a host family. You know the meaning of host? Host, like, you know, the family he's going to stay with. Okay, if I'm visiting you, so I'm a visitor, I'm a guest, and you are the host. Okay, so they are going to have him in their house. He finds different things weird, many things weird, including like a chalk farm. He was wondering like why a farm in London. By the way, chalk farm is one of the most lively areas in London. It's jammed and busy. Okay, so of course they don't mean a farm in London here, but it's the name of the place. Second thing, like it was the word bathroom. Okay, so since he's American, and British people, say bathroom to the room where they have a bath, but because while Americans say restroom. Okay, or sorry, the Americans use bathroom while the British people use like toilets or something like this. He said like I'm learning fast. This is good. Also, apartment and flat. We have also some British American differences in language. Okay, they call it a flat while he calls it an apartment. Okay. Also, he talked about the word cheers, that British people use it everywhere, and of course cheers means thank you here. He just said like a person, he let a person pass, and the person said to him cheers, which means thank you. Okay, also like the word the subway and the tube. Okay, which is also British people call it underground. Okay, they have underground, they have tube, they have subway. All of these words for the same meaning or have the same meaning. The most maybe weird thing to him was driving on the wrong side of the road. No, British people drive on the left. Okay. So he said like this is wrong. No, to them it's something natural, but to him it was wrong. Okay, so you have like different he had some differences, American in London. Okay, so let's go to the exercise. I think I answered most of your questions. You need to read it by yourself many times. Okay, after you read it, I want you to listen to the track many times and check your reading, check your pronunciation. I have a word here, it's OMG, and I think most of you know the meaning of OMG. I can see it in most of your comments. It's like oh my god. Okay, another word, yeah, we have another abbreviation which is NYC, which is New York City. Okay. And look, when he in the first tweet, he said like still sitting in the airport of New York City, been waiting there 3 hours, but seems like forever. Okay, forever is capitalized because he wanted to give us a message like it's boring. Okay, so he emphasized this word, or he capitalized the word to tell us like it wasn't something pleasant for him to wait for 3 hours at the airport. Also, we have the word like been waiting 3 hours. He means like I've been waiting, okay? But this been waiting 3 hours can tell you that this is informal tweet or letter or message or whatever, okay? So this is like informal one because somehow he dropped using I've been, okay? Let me check the other exercise. In exercise 2, they said like talk to a partner about yourself and your family using some of the time expressions. I already told you about this. Okay, I told you use your imagination, use a mirror, use whatever you want, but it's very important to practice this at home. Okay, imagine you have a partner. Look at the picture of these two guys. Like, do they seem excited, happy? Of course, yes. Where do you think they are? In London for sure, and one of them is Taylor. Okay, I'm just trying to, yeah, to get the second page. Yeah, this is the second page. And we already talked about the differences and the difficulties and the, the different things he found in London. The second exercise is also related to grammar, and I'm so sorry. But you will excuse me later for this. Here, okay, complete the questions and answers, then ask and answer them with a partner. Again, use your imagination, guys. Try to know them by yourself. Try to figure them out. Okay, I'll give you a minute to do them, and while this, I'm gonna play the track that gives you the answers. Okay, because down there you can see, like in number 3, listen and check your answers. Okay. So here, it's also related to using grammar. But while listening to the track to check the answers, I'm gonna explain why we used each tense, okay? This is track 2, if I'm not wrong.
Script 1.2. 1.
Where is Tyler spending the year?
In London.
Okay, where is Tyler spending the year? Okay, why did we use present continuous here? Because he's still there, okay, and maybe it's his plan, okay? So in both cases, we can use present continuous.
2.
Is this his first trip abroad?
No, it isn't. He's been abroad once before.
Okay, no, it isn't, because I already have the question, is it? Okay, or is this? No, it isn't. He's been there or abroad once before. Once before, I have no specific time. I know that he had this experience, but I don't have the time, okay? I'm not sure about the time. So since I'm not sure about the time, I don't have the time, okay, I can, let me say, the most correct one is present perfect, so he has been abroad once before. But when I move to the second part of the sentence, I have last year. Last year, definite time, simple past. This is for sure, okay? Last year, ago, yesterday, and the preposition in August, in September, in October, in 1999, whatever, okay? So listen.
Last year he went to Mexico.
He went, okay?
3.
Where does Dave live?
This is a general statement. Asking about where a person lives is a general statement, is a kind of fact, okay, where he lives. So we don't need any and I have no other clue for another tense, okay? So the most correct one is present simple.
North London.
4.
When I say how long, okay, I'm asking about the time, and you know that, and the period, but look at the sentence. How long? Taylor to stay. Focus on to.
4.
How long is Tyler going to stay with Dave?
How long is he going to stay? How long is he going to stay with Dave? Because as I said before, this is like kind of plan. I can use going to. He already came to London to stay, okay? So plans, I can use future continuous, present continuous, which is like he's staying or he's going to stay. Both are correct.
A few days.
5.
Why did the guy say cheers to Tyler?
We're talking about past sentence, okay? Why did he say that?
Because he had let him pass.
He had let him pass. Okay, this is a little bit confusing when it comes to talking about simple past and past perfect. Most students get confused when it comes to using these two tenses. Look at the sentence. Why did the guy say? He said cheers. Look at my sentence. He said cheers because he had let him pass. Okay? Thinking of this sentence, which action happened before? Is it saying thank you or letting him pass? No, it's like first he let him pass and then he said thank you. So the first action is in past perfect, which is had plus verb, past participle, verb 3, we call it verb 3 or past participle. And the second one is simple past. So he said thank you or he said cheers because he had let him pass. And don't forget, let is irregular verb, let. Okay?
6.
Does he like his host family?
Yes, he does.
Like, for sure, mostly simple present.
He thinks they're very nice.
He thinks, okay, he believes, like we cannot put them in another tense, okay, or I'm talking about, present continuous.
7.
What are they doing on Sunday?
What are they doing on Sunday? What are they doing on Sunday? What are they doing on Sunday? They're, visiting Shakespeare's hometown. What are they doing on Sunday? This is a plan, or asking about their plan, or asking about their future actions, or close future actions. So the correct sentence or the correct tense is present continuous. What are they doing? They're visiting. Okay.
Visiting Shakespeare's hometown.
Yeah. Fine. I hope you got some clear some kind of clarification about tenses, about the review of tenses, because what we are going to take later is like something more not complicated, but you need to be very let me say very okay with these tenses. You need to be like very aware of them, the usage of them, how to use them, how to be fluent with them. Then to be able to move to the second step, which is like using different grammar, different let me say more progressed grammar. Okay. Let's go to the to number 4. We have an email here. Okay, this is Teresa's email. We have to figure out where is she now. Is she working or on holiday? What are some of her likes and dislikes about the place? What she liked, what she didn't like, or what she likes, what she doesn't like. Okay, and from the questions we need to ask ask and answer with a partner. Again, no partner, but it's fine if we don't have a partner. We can do it by ourselves. Okay, let's try to do it. Here we have from the question form the questions. Like number 1, how long Teresa Africa? What time start work? Okay, you need to know how to form these questions. Okay. Just by where last Sunday, when I have last is for sure like simple past. Okay, let's listen to Teresa and get to know the questions. Okay, then we are going to read the email. Teresa sending the email to her mom and dad, speaking about where she is and what she liked, what she didn't like. Yeah, ready? Listen. And from the questions and the answers, you might get an idea about Teresa's email and where she was, what she liked and what she didn't like.
Tape script 1.3. 1.
How long has Teresa been in Africa?
Since last September.
2.
Okay, guys, so like the first question, how long has she been in Africa? Since last September.
What time does she start work?
What time does she start work? So from this question, we know that she's on business, not on holiday.
Early, at 7 o'clock.
Okay, and she starts early at 7 o'clock. She starts because this is her daily routine. Okay, and with the daily routine, we know that we use present simple.
3.
What has she just bought?
What has she just bought? Okay, when I have just, I know it's present perfect.
Piki Piki. It's a little motorcycle.
Okay, it's a piki piki, which is a motorcycle, a motorbike.
4.
Where did she go last Sunday?
Again, when I have the word last, I know it's simple past. So where did she go?
Really awesome beach.
She went to a really awesome, very wonderful, very nice beach.
5.
What's she going to take home?
Her collection of shells.
Good. So she had a nice activity there. Okay, she collected shells.
6.
How many shells has she collected already?
Hundreds.
So she had hundreds of shells.
7.
What did they do at the beach?
They barbecued fish and swam until the sun went down.
Okay, so they had two amazing activities at the beach. Okay, they swam till the sun went down, and they had, some kind of barbecue, which is fish. Okay, nice.
8.
What's she sending to her parents?
She's sending some photos.
Okay, so she's sending some photos to her parents about her staying in the place. Okay, but again, if you notice, like the map, see the map. What can you guess from the map? Where is she? Is she in? Yeah, Tanzania, which is like Africa. Sorry, this is Teresa. She's on her piki piki, which is like the motorcycle or motorbike. Behind we can see like some of the natives. Okay, they look happy. Okay, yeah, and curious somehow. Okay, good. Good. Okay, what you have to do at home is to read it, guys. Okay, to read this message or this email from Teresa to her parents, talking about her experience in Africa, what she liked, what she didn't like. Mostly you can get say like it's a very hot place and the place is getting hotter and hotter, like this about the place. She had she has to start her work early at 7 o'clock, which is like cool, and that time is cool. Okay, guys. I have to go back. To the language focus. They are asking us to name the tenses we used in exercise 2 and 5, and we already talked about this. They're asking this us in informal writing often has lots of colloquial language, which is like informal language, okay, and missing words. Do you remember when I told you about like been waiting at the airport for 3 hours, okay? And it must be like I've been waiting. So this is kind of missing words. We use it in informal language or messages or letters or speaking or whatever, okay? Okay, yeah, here they gave us the sentence or the example. Still sitting at the airport. I'm still sitting, okay? Or you can say I've been waiting. Kind of weird means like really strange, very strange, okay? Guy, man, you know that. They're asking us to read the tweets and the email again. And they asked us some questions like, what do they mean by these sentences and words? Like, my buddy, you all know, I think it's my friend. I don't get it means I don't understand it. Hanging out together. Hanging out together, like it's when you just go with the friends, okay, and have some kind of ice cream, maybe. Having fun, taking photos. It's just to go out and have fun, you know? No responsibilities. Stuff, things, okay, objects could be, but here it means things. Mega famous. Mega famous means like very, very famous, okay? It means like also large. When I say like mega city, it means like a very large, big city. Here, mega famous, very famous. When they said that about Shakespeare, if you remember, okay. Number 2 is like, okay. Number 2 and 3 to be done after you read Teresa's email at home. Okay, find, yeah, colloquial words in Teresa's email and express them less, okay, colloquially. Okay, here like, you know, as we said, colloquial means like informal, you know, like when you talk to friends and when you speak to friends or to people, you don't, like not at work, not to businessmen, not in meetings, not, you know. So this is like kind of how we use it. Okay, so guys, yeah, back to Teresa's email. This is how we are going to use it, okay? Okay, you read it, you find some of the informal sentences and to make them like look formal. Yeah, the first sentence when she said like always love news from home, it means I always love, okay, news from home, something like this, but it's fine to use it like this, since she's speaking to her parents, you know, mom and dad, so she doesn't need to make it very formal, okay? Am I right? Okay. Yeah, so while reading it, you need to find, you know, some colloquial words, make them less, okay, by finding an alternative like another word, another meaning, okay? Fine. And guys, I will stop here, okay? I will stop here, like we already took these 2 pages, okay? Which is in our first class, it's fine, it's nice, like you did a great job, and I hope you didn't feel bored because we started with the grammar. I hope you find it interesting. Please send me all the suggestions you need. I accept them, and we're gonna discuss them. Again, this might be different from the ones that you used to take. Okay. I used to take online. I tried to make it like in a real classroom. I feel like you're sitting in front of me speaking to you. Because of that, I said like I welcome all your suggestions, because I also welcome suggestions from students in a classroom. Okay, so talking about this, okay. Again, if you haven't downloaded the PDF, please do. Okay. This is like our first session. I hope you got a lot of benefits. I enjoyed giving this to you. Excuse my tired voice for today. I'm so sorry. Okay, I hope it gets better next class. See you on today. Okay, see you on Wednesday. We're gonna continue with this. If you find any problem in downloading the audio, please tell us to tell you how. And thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed that. So as I enjoyed giving it. See you on Wednesday. Good night and enjoy the rest of the day. Love you. Goodbye.